Yeah, there will be more bombing tonight. It'll be bigger, more powerful. Don't forget, we've knocked out all of their anti-aircraft. They don't have any they have nothing. I mean, they may get lucky with a shoulder weapon or something, but for the most part, you know, they have no defense.
What did the representative say in your phone call with them?
Excuse me. They're finished.
Our border is now down by 61%.
Donald Trump has issued his most explosive threat yet in the conflict with Iran. He wants to seize an island, a tiny island that controls nearly all of Iran's oil. And if that happens, the consequences will reach far beyond the Gulf. Your fuel bills, your grocery prices, the stability of global markets. All of it is tied to what happens next. To understand why this island matters, you need to understand where Iran gets its money. Iran's economy runs on oil, and almost all of that oil flows through one place, Kharg Island. It is a small strip of land in the Gulf, roughly 8 kilometers long and 5 kilometers wide. But do not let the size fool you. This island processes 90% of Iran's total oil exports. That works out to approximately 950 million barrels every single year. The island has a natural geographic advantage that makes it irreplaceable. The waters surrounding Kharg are exceptionally deep. That depth allows the world's largest oil tankers, vessels capable of carrying up to 2 million barrels of crude in a single journey, to dock directly at the island's jetties. Those tankers cannot dock at Iran's mainland coast where the waters are far shallower. So the oil is loaded here, at Kharg, and then the tankers sail down the Gulf through the Strait of Hormuz and on to their buyers. The largest buyer is China. Kharg Island is not just economically vital. It is one of the most heavily guarded locations in Iran. Access is strictly restricted to personnel with official security clearances. The island is protected by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, known as the IRGC. The IRGC is Iran's most powerful military and security organization. It also controls the revenues that flow through Kharg. In other words, this island is both Iran's economic engine and a symbol of its military power. Now Trump has threatened to take it yet again. What would that really mean for Iran? Experts say it would effectively cut off the IRGC's economic lifeline. Without Kharg, Iran loses the ability to export the vast majority of its oil. That cripples its ability to fund its military operations. The island could also serve as a base from which the United States military launches further strikes against the Iranian mainland. And it could give Washington direct leverage to compel Iran to keep the Strait of Hormuz open to international shipping. But seizing the island would be extraordinarily dangerous. Kharg sits just 33 kilometers off Iran's coastline. That is well within range of Iran's arsenal of drones and missiles. American troops stationed there would be in a fixed position close to the Iranian mainland and exposed. The scenarios that follow a U.S. military move on Kharg are all severe. The first possibility is that the United States destroys the island's oil infrastructure rather than occupying it. That would deal a crippling blow to Iran's economy, but it would also represent a dramatic escalation in the conflict. The second consequence is almost certain. Global oil prices would surge. And the third scenario is the most dangerous of all. Iran could carry out even more attacks on targets across West Asia. That would not just affect Iran. It would send shock waves through the global energy supply. Prices at petrol pumps would climb. The cost of transporting goods would rise. And that cost gets passed on to consumers. In every country, at every supermarket shelf,